Hi guys and welcome to the circus. So here we have another card fight for you guys. 2 weeks ago, like a couple of weeks ago, at least by the time I'm making this video, we had a tournament and it was a format where we had a best of one but had two elimination rounds, which is gonna be the losers bracket and the winners bracket, and they're off to the grand finals. This is gonna be the winners final, so this is gonna be the finals for the winners bracket, and on the left side is gonna be Tito Kai, and on the right side is gonna be Sir Noe playing his Nubatama against Tito Kai's Kagero. They both mulliganed 5 at the start, which means they both have kinda terrible hand to start with, and they were forced to ditch out everything in their hand and then hope to get something better. And let's see what happens here. They proceed to now to shuffling their deck, and I would like to mention that I was behind the camera this whole time when I was recording this, and I watched the entire thing, and it was so good. It was such a good match, if I say so myself. Right here, the Kagero player went first, Tito Kai went first, and rides on to grade 1, draws a card, and then passes his turn because he doesn't need to do anything else. Maybe he has a decent amount of cards, and right here, Sir Noe rode into his grade 3 searcher, gets a quick shield, and checks top 5 for a potential grade 3 search, either a Oboro, a Shuranui, or a Hioe perhaps, and he didn't check anything. That was kind of a bad luck situation right there. Okay, so he just proceeds to swinging for 8, I guess, because unless he wants to go. Okay, so he guarded for 15, goes for no pass, drive checks nothing, and then proceeding now to Kagero player's turn, Tito Kai's turn, riding grade 2. He rode onto the cat, which is actually the worst possible ride in the deck, I believe, because it's not a 10k base. Meaning it's oh my god, what am I saying there? Okay, so he swinged and then he didn't check anything, and then he gave Sir Noe 1 damage, rides onto Fury. I forgot the name of that unit, but that's the on place, discard 1 and draw 1 for the opponent, and if he discarded something grade 0, he gets to draw another card. I mean, Sir Noe gets to draw another card. He discarded the grade 3, so he didn't get to draw anything. He calls a grade 2 vanilla 12k body, and it calls another one of those units in his Vanguard circle. So right here, the situation is he can either use one unit and bounce it, and then he checks a defensive draw trigger for a 19k body, so his Vanguard is gonna be a 1 to pass automatically. And right here, he uses a skill to bounce a rear guard, give plus 6k to a unit on the board. If he gave plus 6 on his Vanguard, doesn't even need to do it, so give the power to the 12k body on the right side, on the right side, and then he draws another card if it's on Vanguard circle. So right here, he checks nothing. He checks Shuranui Oboro there, and then since it doesn't hit, nothing happens anymore. Just pass a turn. Then he proceeds to Tito Kai's turn, and he went for an assist. He checks top 5. Will he get one? Oh, that is so bad of a situation right there. He didn't get a single grade 3 there. Even if he got in the end, it would have been quite okay, but he didn't get a single grade 3, which means he's grade stuck. Thankfully, he went first, so he can match the opponents, like pretending that you're going second anyways because your opponent goes to grade 3 first. So he rides onto Ignorode finally he got himself a copy of the X from the top 7 cards, and then right here he ensures that next turn, at least if he survives, he can potentially start doing his thing. So he calls a Lava Flow Dragon. Okay, so he calls a Lava Flow Dragon, checks top 5, he gets nothing again, and then looking at the state of the board, they're both at 1, but Sir Noe has kind of the upper hand because he will go for his first grade 3, the first grade 3 of the game. So he calls another, Tito Kai called another Lava Flow Dragon to check top 5. He checks nothing again, but since he has more rear guards, his Lava Flows gains plus 5. So that's actually what he was aiming for here, I guess, to go at least for a decent turn for this turn, so that he can still provide a bit of pressure. So yeah, so he swings for 13 against his 9k. If he takes this and gets a defensive, his Vanguard is gonna be a 1 pass now. So he swings, he takes a damage, checks nothing, he swings for 10. Will he take it? Okay, he takes it. Drive check, nothing, and then checks a heal trigger. So that is really good. He checks a heal, gives the power to the Vanguards, 19k. So he still swings for 13 plus 13, 12, 11 plus 13, 24. So still a magic number. He needs to go for another 10. So he got it for 15k to a no pass and passes the turn, I guess. So proceed now to Shuranui player Sir Noah's first grade 3 ride, which is the Oboro. He didn't get to ride the normal, the regular Shuranui, but it's still the same. So he it just means that he has one less what you call it, protect marker in his hand. Okay, so I almost lost the word there. And right here, he called a grade 3 searcher, got himself a copy of Shuranui, the regular Shuranui, discards and then retires the grade 2 vanilla, calls 2 Shuranuis on board. Maybe it's because he needs the grade 3 and so to proc the skill of Shuranui Oboro. So he uses Shuranui Oboro skill to discard 1, CB1, and bind a card in the drop zone, which is his grade 3 to make it a 13k and 2 drives. If he managed to get 2 cards, at least 2 grade 3s in the soul, he swings at Vanguard for 22 and uses that skill of the Shuranui to bounce a card and then discard a card. He discarded the same card, so I guess he won't need so that he won't get to reveal much units in his hand. So he takes the second attack of this other Oboro, other Shuranui, and then checks nothing. He bounced the other lava flow and discarded the exact lava flow that he bounced. And then right here, since he has 2 grade 3s on soul, his token can now swing and gets twin drive. He got a crit to the token, power to the Vanguard, checks nothing, and then checks 2 damage again and gets another draw trigger. So meaning he has a 20k body right there. Right there. And then what happens here again? He used a PG for another 2 drives with his Vanguard swing for 27, and then finally retiring the unit and then going to Tito Kai's only chance on getting ahead of the game, which is riding the X in his grade 3 turn. Gets himself the end in from the deck to the soul, copying the skills and proceeding to doing what he absolutely can in order to gain tempo. Okay, so let's see what happens here. He calls an Ignorode once again and checks top 7. Will he get himself a copy of the X? Even if he didn't, it's fine. Okay, he got a copy of the X. That's one more plus in hand. Possible discard fodder or a possible right target for next turn if he needs to. Okay, so right here, he already consumed 3 PGs. So if he has one more in his hand, he can use that as fodder. So right here, what happens next? Now he called a a heat shot for the restanding rear booster. He guarded for swings for 13, get a quick shield to defend for 17, swings for that's about 15. Okay, so he healed, so that's 13 plus 8, 21. So he checks a healing, giving the power to the Vanguard, checks for 2 damage. He didn't get a single defensive there. And then right here, he uses the CB1, the Soul Blast one, to stand his Vanguard and then swing for again for 21k and 1 drive and 2 crits. So he needs to put out something here to defend. Now he uses a Sentinel crit, which goes for a no pass. No, is that? Oh, is that a protect marker? I'm sorry. It's a protect marker. So right here, he used that skill. I mean, did he use a battle door skill? I forgot. I didn't see if he used a decat. So right here, drive check nothing, and then right here, what will it be? He swinged for 20k. He checked a heal that goes off. And he didn't use the discard 3. Maybe he was reserving his hand for this turn's onslaught. I think that was I think that was an amazing move. So right here, he rode onto another Oboro. Yeah, he rode into another Oboro instead of the Shuranui one. Maybe he has a lot of copies of Oboro already. The regular Shuranui in his hand. So right here, he used that skill again to bind another copy of the end from the drop zone. he didn't get a single third cannon to save his grade 3s. So that was too bad. But right here, he has another attacker at the back row with twin drive and 13k body. And right here, his Oboro is now swinging for 27 constantly, as long as you have the grade 3s and the soul. And then he calls a what you call it? It's the Soul Blast one, and then CB1. I think that's a CB1. Soul Blast one is discard a card from the opponent's hand, and then he draws another card, I believe. And then if he discarded the what you call it? The shield power of that unit becomes a power gain for that unit. So he discarded a grade 3, which is the X, and then he draws another card, possibly more shield to defend on this onslaught. And then he called a Sakura, which is gonna be the discard one and the draw one, to filter out and dig for his pieces. And finally, I think he got the piece that he needed to possibly finish this game. He got +3 on that grade 1 there. Called a Hyoe, which is the Sentinel Restrict for a discard and a discard 2 and a CB, and gets 15k in 1 crit. So he has 4 drive checks, by the way, so that's pretty huge. And he has a 13k booster to back it up. Right here, he swings for I don't know the number, but I think he just got it for easily there. Yeah, he got it easily for 10k. He swings for 13 for twin drive, and then goes for a 2 pass. First, gets good for twin drive. First check, nothing. Second check, a crit, giving all effects to Hyoe. And then right here, he swings another for 27 for 2 drives. First check, and again second check, nothing. He got only 1 trigger out of the 4, and then he checks a Decat, and then nothing. No defensive here. He swings now for a massive number, 15k, 27, 37, 3 crits. 37 plus 13 is 45. No, 37, 47, 50. 50k? I don't know number, but it's huge. He needs to defend this with all his might. And then right here, what will he use? He has 20 plus 30. I believe it's 50. It's 40 and 53. Yeah, it's enough. It's enough. But he burned his entire hand. He needs to do something here to finish the game off. Shuranui still has a protect marker in hand, but he still has 3 swings. So he needs to defend everything here in order to survive, except for some rears if he didn't check that much triggers. But let's see what happens here. This is gonna be Tito Kai's. I believe it's gonna be the final turn, because he can't do anything else next turn because of his low hand size. And then right here, what will happen? He checks top 5 using his lava flow. Checked nothing again. He didn't get to filter out that much. That's his last hand card, and this is gonna be also his last hurrah. Swing for 21, and then right here, what will it be? Will he use something? He guarded for a 15 Sentinel crit. First check, nothing. Second check, nothing. No triggers whatsoever on his first swing there with his twin drive. And he still has a protect marker in hand, so he can still defend for one more time. Right here, he swings, and then he swings for 21 once more, gets a protect marker, and then discards a card. And then right here, he checks for nothing. He didn't get a single trigger there in his 3 swings. Hopefully, if he gets one here, he can maybe catch Shuranui off guard. So right here, he still has 1 drive check because he's a grade 3 against a grade 3. His Ignite is swinging for 25. It's gonna be 26 on the other side with 2 lava flows. And then right here, what will it be? He guarded for 1 pass, no pass. So he gets a critical trigger, giving all effects to Ignite, and then checks for 2 damage, and then tries to check for a 6 damage heal, but sadly he didn't. So Tito Kai won that match.